we can see it.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so before getting into the session, let's have a quick round of introduction. Okay, I'll start with my introduction and then one of you can take initiative and have your introduction started. Then we'll go to the actual session. Okay, so myself, I'm Venu. I have around 18 years of experience into the field of HR, in which I have no experience into the functional. I've started my career as HR executive for one of the manufacturing industries, moved to SAP HCM, and I was working as a SAP HCM consultant, working for India and abroad countries like South Africa, US, and Australia. And then from there, I have upgraded my skills and moved to SuccessFactors. And it's been like almost 11 years that I'm into SuccessFactors. And in these 11 years, I've worked on modules like Employee Central, Compensation, Recruiting, and PMG modules. Though I've worked on all of these modules, I'm more comfortable in Employee Central and Compensation because most of my time in this 11 years I spent on these modules. And coming to teaching, I'm into teaching from last like 15 years. I used to train earlier on SAP HCM. After getting into SuccessFactors, I started training on SuccessFactors as well. And currently, I train on Employee Central and Compensation. These are the two modules that I train students on. Okay, so that's a brief about me. Can somebody start your introduction? Or if you
Hi,
need...
I'm Iti. I have around 13 years of experience in the field of HR, and I was associated with companies like Aon, Yash, and WNS Global Services. I started I started it as HR executive, but then took a leap into it, and then got groomed into success factor from the functional side, that is from the business side particularly. So I've been part of the success factor team in terms of the HRIS applications that has been deployed in our company, and was involved into employee central pieces and testing phases and other stuff. That's how my whole journey has got completed. And again, a very important part of my experience also includes a talent management process and chatbot experience. Yeah, so that's about myself. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Next, Radhika. Saban Kumar. Radhika, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. So I was working as a senior HR associate in the IT company, where I was completely into the operations part, and so I wanted to take my excel in my DHR career and further HR things. So that's why I joined. I wanted to learn the HR success factor.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Radhika. Saban Kumar.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing, and everyone?
Good morning.
So,
Good.
yeah. So actually, I'm having experience in the HCM module, and actually, I was in the production support in Wipro for last 6 years, and as in the market trend, so SuccessFactors is going to be implemented here in our project, and so I'm quite interested to learn SuccessFactors, hence I've joined it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Vikas, and currently I'm working as an HR coordinator in a company. And I have overall experience of 4 years as an HR coordinator. So I just thought to give my career a boost. So I thought to get induced in SAP SuccessFactor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think all of you are new to SuccessFactors except Iti. Iti has worked on worked on SuccessFactors as an end user. Maybe she was also looking after some of the admin part. Okay, but all of you are new to SuccessFactors. Okay, so let's look at what is SuccessFactors. Can somebody tell me what exactly is SuccessFactors? Why is it used? So why people are moving or customers are moving into SuccessFactors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as if I
So
understand. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, so it's a cloud-based, candidate experience, customer experience, particularly HXM suite, particularly which has different modules, which you can get obviously integrated with your HRIS systems and make it more efficient that ways.
Okay, so it's a SuccessFactors is a cloud computing HXM application. Okay, now what do you mean by cloud computing? What do you mean by cloud computing?
Cloud basically means in which we are not maintaining the servers. Servers is basically maintained by some other. For an example, here SAP itself manages the servers situated in different locations, and SuccessFactors basically in cloud it's SaaS. Soft. I don't know the full meaning of SaaS, but yeah, I have researched it, so it's come under SaaS.
Okay, so let's look at this definition. Okay, so the
Sure.
cloud computing, any application that we want to use needs the database or servers to store the data, be it on-premise applications like SAP or the cloud computing applications. Every application needs the database and servers to store the data, to store, manage, and process the data. The difference is in the on-premise applications like SAP, we see those physical servers. Okay, you need to host the servers in your location and then connect your system to that server. Whereas in cloud computing, the servers are hosted remotely and we don't see them. You will still be using the application, and the data that you are processing gets stored in the servers which are hosted in cloud. So it says the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on internet to store, manage, and process the data rather than a local server or a personal computer. A simple example, if I want to store my data, okay, let's take an example of a mobile. Everybody must be using mobiles, right? So when you store the data in your mobile, you will only be access the data, or if you can access the file if you have your mobile with you. Without having your mobile, you will not be able to access that file. But if you have saved that file in one of your drive, it could be Google Drive or it could be iCloud, wherever. Once you store that file in that drive, you can access that file from any corner of the world, even if you don't have your mobile with you. Right? How you're accessing that? Because that is stored in the cloud. The drives that are hosted, they are hosted in the drive, hosted in the cloud, and you're accessing those files through internet. You're using the medium as internet there. Without internet, you will not be able to access. You need to first connect to internet and then navigate to the drive and access that file. The same thing applies for these applications which are hosted. Okay. For any application, the first thing that we need is infrastructure, the servers, the space that is required. Depending on the type of application, depending on the size of the application, your infrastructure varies. And then second is the platform on which the applications are built. Now, different users uses different mobile applications or mobile platforms like Androids. Okay, people using the Android phones like Samsung or LG or MI. No, the platform on which the applications are built is your Android. Whereas the iPhones, the platform is different. It is not the Android. Right? So different mobiles have different platforms. And you have these applications like WhatsApp or Facebook or LinkedIn or any application of yours now are available in both the platforms for the different users. Okay, so the application can be developed in multiple platforms for multiple types of devices that we use. Okay, and then last is the application. The application can be for any purpose. It can be for gaming. It can be for social collaboration. It can be for networking. It can be anything. So based on these three layers, the cloud services have been divided into three: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Infrastructure as a service. Some customers who just want to have the infrastructure. So I want to have my own application developed. I need infrastructure. So I have two options. I go procure the server, get it, fixed it in my premises, then connect my systems to that server, get my application developed. That's the first way. Second is, instead of procuring the servers, because servers are very expensive, why should I procure the server? What are the other options that I have? There are other options like going with subscription-based servers. Amazon Web Services, AWS, VMware. So they give the cloud servers or space for subscription-based. Like if I want to use the server space of 100 TB, so I can just subscribe for 100 TB. Tomorrow I have requirement of another 100 TB, I can expand it. I just pay only for the service that I'm going to use. That's infrastructure as a service. Second is PaaS, platform as a service. Here I will be getting both infrastructure and platform. Both infrastructure and a platform. Again, subscription based. The third is software as a service. In software as a service, you'll be getting both software, your platform, and the infrastructure. You just have to configure it as per your need and start using the application. Instead of developing your own application, just look for the available applications in the market and subscribe for those applications. That's software as a service. The examples of your software as a service can be your SuccessFactors, Salesforce, Workday. So these are all examples of software as a service. And the platforms, you have Windows, Azure, Force.com, on which Salesforce is built, Google Apps Engine, and then in IaaS infrastructure, we have Amazon Web Services. What are the advantages of having the cloud computing? Why customers are moving away from on-premise applications to cloud computing? Were they not happy with on-premise applications? SAP HCM. Now, since SuccessFactors is a product of SAP, I'm talking about SAP. Customers were happy with SAP HCM application. We have personal management, we have time management, we have payroll, we have ESS, MSS. Everything is there in SAP HCM. But as per trend, the customers are moving away from on-premise applications to cloud computing because of a lot of benefits when compared with on-premise application. First one is productivity anywhere. Productivity anywhere, meaning you can work from any corner of the world. If your customer is in Australia, can sit here in India and work for that customer. A customer is in US, can still work from here. So that's productivity anywhere. Now, a manager who is traveling, let's say the company employee is working in one company, TCS in India. Manager is traveling abroad. There are a couple of approvals that manager has to make. Manager can still be able to approve the transactions from their mobiles, from their tablets. Even if they are not on premise, they can still be able to access the application, do the actions, approving the request or raising a request or updating some information. This can be done. That means the productivity is not stopping. You can still work even while you travel. Okay. So the offsite data storage. Second is the offsite data storage. You're not storing the data in your premises. You're storing the data somewhere in the cloud and you are accessing that through internet. No IT maintenance cost. You don't need any maintenance cost. Like you don't have to have a dedicated team to look after your servers. Let's say you have your own server. You need to have a dedicated space for your server. You need to have a separate team to look after these servers. Anything that happens to your server is the responsibility of your IT team to fix it. Disaster resistance. That's the disaster. You have now something happened to your servers. It is your responsibility to look at your servers and fix them or get it fixed. But in case of cloud computing, you don't have to worry about the disaster resistance. It is always up and running 24/7, 365 days. There's no downtime. Lower cost of ownership. Obviously, we are not procuring the servers. You are not dedicating a space or you are not hiring any additional team to look after your servers. The amount that we spend on the cloud computing applications are much less when compared to the cloud computing applications. Then easily upgraded. Any application that we use needs some kind of upgrades. Take an example, the WhatsApp application, what we are using now, that's the most common application everybody uses, right? So this application didn't have the features what we see now, like sending money or group chat or a group call. All of these features are upgraded or updated. Now, initially, when WhatsApp started, we didn't have all of these functionalities. Slowly, these functionalities are incorporated. The product is improved. With the change in the trend, they are adding more functionalities into the products. Right? Those are through upgrades. Even the SuccessFactors application also gets updated or upgraded once in 6 months. Twice a year. Earlier, initially when they started the application, the upgrades were happening quarterly. And we were calling them Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. But now they have changed the style. Now they are doing the upgrades half yearly, twice a year. Okay. Now, what is SuccessFactors? As a product, SuccessFactors as a product, it is a cloud-based human resource information system from SAP. Now, earlier, the SAP was called HR application, SAP HR. And then later they have changed it to SAP HCM because we had many modules like talent modules like performance management or ESS, MSS or e-recruiting. All of these talent modules were introduced in SAP and they started calling it as SAP HCM, Human Capital Management. Now even the SuccessFactors was called as SAP Cloud HCM application. Now, in the recent days, they have changed it to HXM application instead of HCM. They're now calling it as HXM, the human experience management. It is all about how an employee experiences his or her life cycle in the organization, starting from the day one when you're hired till the last day of your employment with the organization. So it's all about how you experience the application. SuccessFactors has many modules. The core being the Employee Central, or base is Employee Central. For all of the other modules like performance management, compensation, LMS, recruiting, onboarding, succession, CDP, analytics, for all of these modules, Employee Central is the base or core. Why do we call Employee Central the base module or the core module? Is because we maintain all master data that is required for all the other modules. If I want to do a review of an employee, performance review of an employee, I need to know what is the employee name, what is the employee ID, what is the designation of the employee, when was the employee hired. I need to know these basic details first before I go review. If I have to recommend salary increase for my direct report, I need to know first the basic details like employee ID, employee name, the country of the employee, company of the employee, which department the employee is working in, which location the employee is working in, what is the current salary, what is the frequency of the payment, when was the employee hired, what was the last promotion date. So I need to know all of these details before I do I recommend the salary increase in compensation module. Learning management. Depending on the employee type, depending on the employee's department, depending on employee's experience, learning has to suggest some trainings. So every module needs the basic information, and this basic information is stored in Employee Central. Employee Central, for the end users, it starts from adding an employee into the organization or hiring an employee into the organization, and transferring, promoting, suspending, terminating, data changes, all of this are processed in Employee Central. Okay, now Employee Central contains many features. It's a big, very big module, a vast module, has a lot of functionalities within Employee Central. Okay. So what is Employee Central? It's all about maintenance of master data. Okay, so the core areas of Employee Central are employee record management. We maintain different data like personal information and employment information. Within personal information, we have blocks of information like name information, national IDs, contact information, address details, education details, previous experiences. These are all employees' personal information. And then we also have employment information like job information, org information, time information, comp information, job relationship. So all of this data is maintained in Employee Central. Once we maintain the data, this data is available for different users in different ways. As an employee, when I log in, I can see my own data. I can update my data to some extent. Like I can go update my personal information. Earlier, my marital status was single. When I joined the organization, my marital status was single. Now I got married. I have 2 kids. So I have to maintain my dependent information. I have to maintain my details, update my details. At the time of joining, I had only bachelor's degree. Now I have master's degree as well. I can go update my education details. Now, these are all information which I can update on my own because this is my own information, my personal information. I do it through employee self-service. There is some other information which I can only view, like my compensation details. I cannot, or I'll not have access to update my salary details. I can view, I can download my payslip. I can download my appointment letter. I can download my promotion letter, but I'll not be able to update my designation, update my salary details. It is the responsibility of HR to look after this data. So they log in, HRs will log in, or managers will log in and update some information. Again, as an employee, I will not have access to look at others' compensation details. Maybe I can look at employees' details, basic information, what designation the employee is in, what is the employee ID, or what is the email ID. These things I can see, but I will not have access to look at others' compensation details or update others' compensation details. Managers will have access to their direct reports data. HRs will have access to all employees in the organization. So different roles in the organizations have different permissions, and these are controlled through security module called RBP, role-based permissions. Okay. Now, when it comes to the org management, okay, so we can see how the employees or whom the employees are reporting to, how many employees we have in each department or each company, who is reporting to whom, that can be seen in the org structure. Coming to Employee Central or SuccessFactors implementations, we have around, SuccessFactors has around 6,500 plus customers across the globe. SuccessFactors supports to 40 different languages, 40 plus different languages, meaning the application can be implemented in the own language of that country. Customers of Japan see the instance in Japanese language. Customers of France see the instance or see the system in French language. It supports up to 47 different languages. English is the main or the core language or the base language, default language. But other than that, we have to 47 different languages. Employee Central is tightly integrated with other modules like recruiting, performance management, compensation, LMS. When I say tightly integrated, the data flows from Employee Central to other modules and from other modules to Employee Central. The classic example can be the data from Employee Central sent to recruiting module. Now, if a recruiter has to post a job, recruiter should know that there is a vacant position in the organization. There's a position which is ready for hiring. So recruiter will convert that position to job requisition and post that job. When they post the job, maybe internally or externally to see if there are any employees, internal employees who are interested to scale up or move up to the new position. Or if you don't have anybody internally, you can also post the job externally through different job portals like Naukri, LinkedIn, Monster. So when we post the job, system takes all of the information from the position and updates the job. Like what is the job title? What are the roles and responsibilities? What is the salary that would be offered? Okay, what is the work schedule that employee would be working in after hiring? So all of this information will be posted. Candidate starts applying for that requisition, and the candidates would be processed through different interviews, different levels of interviews, and then finally one or two would be offered, negotiated and offered. Now, recruiter must have collected a lot of information during this process. When candidate applies for a job, they post their resume, they post their profile. And from that profile, system takes some information like name of the candidate, phone number of the candidate, personal email ID of the candidate, education details, or previous experiences. All of these details will be passed into the system. Recruiting module collects this information. This information is available in recruiting. And all of this information will be pushed back to Employee Central when the candidate is ready for hiring. On the day of joining, system picks up all of the information from recruiting, and any additional information that is required can be collected from the candidate. Now, if customers are using onboarding module, onboarding comes into place once the candidate has accepted the offer letter. Once candidate accepts the offer letter, he or she will be sent a link to update their information. Whichever details are required for hiring, most of this information would be collected during the onboarding phase. Candidates updates their information. This information flows back to Employee Central. Again, whatever data that is to be additionally added, like the salary details, where the candidate doesn't have permissions to update, the HR operations team or the operation team will go update the details and hire the employee, and the position becomes occupied. Okay, so this is an example of how the data flows from Employee Central to other modules and from other modules to Employee Central. Okay, I'll be taking you through SuccessFactors instance and show you how we log in, what we see in SuccessFactors. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, so this is the SuccessFactors instance. Once you log into the application, now more or less the structure remains same for all customers across the globe. All the 6,000, 7,000 customers that we have, everybody sees the login page or the home page in this way. Maybe the colors vary, the logo vary, the picture what you see vary, but the structure, like you have the module picker, you have the quick actions, you have the approvals, you have the organization updates. So these are all common for every customer. Okay, now different customers, they want to have the instance in different ways. Like if you look at the instance that is configured for PepsiCo, PepsiCo's theme is more of blue and white. So when you log into SuccessFactors system also, you see more of blue and white combination. When you log into Coca-Cola, you see most of the application in red and white combination. So that's the theme, what they follow. So we can configure the system as per their needs. Whatever picture they want to have, whatever colors they want to have in the background, we can configure it. But the structure remains same. Now, when I say structure, everybody sees this drop down. Everybody sees their logo here. Everybody sees the global search bar. Everybody sees some quick actions. Approvals depends upon the user to user. And then organization updates, if any, they can see these as well. Okay. Now you can navigate to any module from the module picker. This is called module picker, where you can go to any module. You can navigate to modules like recruiting, performance, compensation, or learning. You can navigate to the modules. I go and look at the org chart. System shows me the org chart, how many employees we have in the organization, how many employees are reporting to a particular manager. Okay, so the hierarchical representation of employees. You can search for employee and see who is reporting to whom. Then we can also look at the position org chart, which tells us how many positions are vacant, how many positions are filled, which position is vacant. Okay, which position is ready for hiring. So we can see those details in the position chat. Now, if you see, this position is occupied by a person. This position is occupied by a person. This position is ready for hiring but vacant. Now, I can look at the position and say that this position is available for hiring. If a person has occupied, that position is filled. It is not vacant. Or the other way to look at is one FTE. On the position, you have one FTE, but the person is not occupied, so it shows 0. This position, these two are positions which are vacant but not ready for hiring. There might be some positions which I have created, but those are not ready for hiring. They are just the backup positions which I have created. So how do I know? So you see this little icon. This is called to be hired status. Now, once a position is filled, you will not see the to be hired status. And once a position is vacant, ready for hire, you can see the position as a vacant. All of the employees' information is maintained in one single page called people profile. Or you can navigate to employee files and see your details. When you log into SuccessFactors application, you can see your own details under employee files, where all of the information like personal, job, national IDs, biographical information, address, education, previous experiences, all of this information is available in this one single page called people profile page. And we maintain the data for employees in different blocks or portlets. These are called different blocks or portlets. Okay, again, each portlet have some attributes, some fields, like the fields can be mandatory, fields can be optional, there are date fields, there are text fields, there are drop-down fields. So all of these can be configured. And this is called your global search bar, which is used to search for any action or search for any employee. If I want to search for any employee, you can go just search, system shows up all the employees with that name, with some basic information like the username, name of the employee, and the designation or title of the employee. You can just either go look at just the spotlight view, or you can also look at the full view of the employee. So spotlight, it shows up the basic information of the candidate here. And you want to look at the full profile, you can just click on full profile. It opens up in the people profile page. Okay. Now, the regular sessions, once the regular session starts, which we are planning to have it from tomorrow. So the course is designed in such a way that each and every area of Employee Central is covered. And we have total of 25 sessions, 24 to 25 sessions. First 4 sessions would be completely of theoretical part, where we'll be discussing about things like certification, configuration workbook, the implementation methodology, implementation guide, kickoff template. We will talk about launchpad. We talk about release management. We'll talk about the landscape of the system that we use, the types of systems that we use in SuccessFactors. These are some of the basics which every aspirant should understand before getting into SuccessFactors. So first 4 sessions would be completely of theoretical part, and from 5th session onwards, we'll be moving to the practical part. The rest of the 2021 sessions will be practical. So all of you would be given access to system for 1 month, or till end of the sessions, and you can utilize the access to log in and practice. Every day we'll be discussing about some new topics. These things can be practiced in the demo system or the instance which we share with you. Recordings would be provided. After the session, you would be given the recordings of the sessions to recap to use. I don't recommend you to rely only on the recording. Okay, the more you practice, the more you spend on the system, the more you learn. Okay, it is okay if you spend some more time without watching the recording, but again, recordings are also given just for your reference. If you stuck up somewhere and you want to go through the content once again, or maybe if you have missed out any of the sessions, if you want to go take that session, you'll find the recordings as well. System access, recording, and the complete material will be provided. I'll take a pause here and see if you have any questions.
Yeah, hi, Venu.
Yeah, hi. Go ahead, sir.
Venu, so hello.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, Venu, actually, I just wanted to know, like, what is actually the enhancement project, sir? Based on EC?
Enhancements can be a change in the system. It could be a minor change or a major change. Okay. So a minor change can be, let's say, within personal information, these are the fields what we have. Okay. Now your customer want to have one additional field in personal information where they want to track the blood group. Okay. So here I don't have blood group field, but now they want to have one more field called blood group. What is that field? That field should have drop-down values which will allow user to pick the value from the drop-down, like A positive, B positive, AB positive, O positive. So the drop-down value should contain all of this. Now this is a change in the system. Your customer will give you this as an enhancement. Now they want to change or they want to update the instance with some additional information. Okay, that's a minor change that can be implemented, like adding a field with the drop-down values. Who should see, who should edit, who should delete. So that can be permission. Now that's a small change. But if your customer says, now these are the standard ones what SuccessFactors gives, but I want to have one block of information where I want to maintain all employee medical history. So I can create that custom portlet. What fields you want to have? Who would be maintaining this data? What does that portlet contain? Does it contain attachment field, string field, or a text field, or a number field, or auto-generated number? Some fields to show up only for some employees, some fields to be shown up for only the HRs. Okay. So bulk data should be uploaded. So this is the enhancement that is to be done in the system. Okay, that's a major enhancement because it's a completely new block of information which should be made available for the users to update.
And what about the XML and all these things that we need to have more XML ideas to?
No. XMLs, we'll talk about XMLs in the regular sessions. We have some data models, or we call them data models, which are in XML language. It is okay to have knowledge of XML. Even if you don't have the knowledge of XML, that is fine. We can still manage without working on the XMLs.
Okay.
We can do the configurations to front end itself. Earlier, initially, when I started my career in SuccessFactors, like sometime like 11 years back, we used to do a lot of configuration through XML. But now the dependency has, SAP has cut down the dependency of the XML. We do most of the configuration in the front end without any coding knowledge.
Okay. And as of in today's, because I had just I have some friends actually. So if somebody is not into any organization, and if he freshly wants to learn SAP SuccessFactor, and he wants to get placed in some of the companies, so is it possible? Because most of the people are looking for the experienced.
Yes. Every organization, not only SuccessFactors, any technology, any application, okay, even if it is a Java, .NET, or any application you take. So when people interview, they expect some knowledge. They expect you to have some knowledge in that area, right? Now, let's take an example of, let's say, I have some health issues. So what will I do? I'll reach out to, or before going to any doctor, I just go to Google and see who is available near my area, or whether the doctor is good or not, how good is it, how experienced is it. Okay, if somebody says I've just graduated, now I've just passed my MBBS. Okay, will you go to that person to consult health
No,
problems? No, right? Now you look for experience. You go look at the reviews. Okay, how many reviews this particular doctor have? Or if you are ordering something from the Swiggy or Zomato, or say no, you want to watch movie, what you'll do? You see how is that movie, whether the movie is good or not, then you'll go. Okay, you go look at the review of the product. Yes, this is good. You go buy that. The same thing here also in success factors. When organizations hires the person, they look at the knowledge that they have. Okay, so how do they get knowledge? When they work on the product, they get the knowledge. So there are many people available in the market. Okay, so they filter based on the knowledge that they have, they based on the experience that they have. Okay, so if you have minimum of 2 to 3 years of experience into any field, you can. Why we are doing this course? We are doing this course to gain the knowledge. Why we are giving you the demo instance? So that you can practice. Okay, so you have the practical knowledge. So you claim that 2 years or 3 years of experience that you have in success factors. That are your representatives would be helping you to convert your functional experience into success factors experience. Okay, that will help you.
Okay. And about the certification, so like if somebody is having a certification, so in the market, like those who are not having the certification and having the certifications only it expose little in the market.
Success factors, to work on success factors implementations, first the criteria is you should have the active certification. The first thing that your interviewer asks you is whether you have certification or not.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe if you say that I don't have certification, they may not consider your profile for the further rounds of interview, because it is mandatory to have certification. So I'll tell you how to do the certification. We will make sure that all of you would pass in your first attempts. Okay. That's what we train on.
Okay.
You would be
So
able
will
to
be so
take
if
up
will
the
be
certification.
okay, we will be getting a chance to have a rollout project also.
Yes, it depends. There are multiple or different types of projects. Again, that is part of our course content. I'll be explaining you about certification, how to do the certification, what are the different types of project, what is implementation, what is support, what is rollout, what are enhancements. All of this we'll be talking in the first 4 sessions.
Okay. And is it in so without RCM module, so EC if we are like using in any company, so is it mandatory like to use RCM module if we have EC
Now,
already?
any of the success factors modules can be implemented alone. There is no dependency to implement as an Employee Central. RCM is not mandatory, or to implement RCM, EC is not mandatory. Any application can be independently implemented. There is no dependency.
Okay, fine. So can we compare with Workday, because I have some of my friends also have already taken the classes for Centrals. Still, they are in confused to take Oracle like Workday.
So again, Workday is a competitor for success factors. Just because I'm working on success factors, no, I'll say that success factors good is, or no, Workday is not that good. No, these two are two different applications from different vendors. Okay, SAP SuccessFactors is a SAP product. SuccessFactors certification is open. The advantage of learning SuccessFactors is it is open. That means anybody can do the certification. Anybody can learn SuccessFactors. Whereas for Workday, only the implementation partners can do the certification. Only implementation partners can learn the Workday. So both the applications have their own advantages and disadvantages. When you compare, like you cannot compare apples and oranges, right? Apples to apples and oranges to oranges. The same way, like you have, let's say you have Pepsi and Thumbs Up. Some people like Thumbs Up, some people like Pepsi, right? Similar way, we have Workday and SuccessFactors, people or customers who are already into SAP, they are migrating to SuccessFactors because it can be integrated easily. SuccessFactors can be integrated with other applications like Oracle or any other application also. So the same goes with Workday. Workday can also be integrated with SAP. But since SuccessFactors is a product of SAP, all the customers who are currently on SAP are moving to SuccessFactors. Okay. Now, look and feel wise, it depends. Like some people like Workday, some people like SuccessFactors. Functionalities wise, it depends on what do you want to use the application for. Go ahead.
Yeah. And so I was asking, yeah, SuccessFactors. If we have an on-premise applications exist, suppose HCM is there on other applications. So if we want to migrate it to SuccessFactors, so standalone SuccessFactors can take can be integrated, or any other middleware technology that is going to be involved.
Now, if it is SAP HCM, we can directly integrate SuccessFactors with SAP HCM through mini master data. And if you have the middlewares, we have like Dell Boomi or HANA Cloud integration, which can be used to integrate the data from SuccessFactors to your legacy applications.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. SuccessFactors, within SuccessFactors, we have all of these modules which can be configured without any middleware. Now, SuccessFactors, Employee Central and Performance Management. These two can be implemented without any middleware. But if you want to integrate the third-party application with SuccessFactors, there should be some connector between these two, because these two different these are the two different applications and they are developed in different platforms or different databases. Right? To understand the language of the other application, you need some middleware to convert the data into the application specific tables.
Okay. So, and even releases, what about the releases of this SuccessFactors?
Releases of the SuccessFactors, as I said, it is 2 releases, H1 and H2, 2 releases every year, once in 6 months.
So, have it any specific date time?
Sorry?
Any specific date and time?
Yes, first 6 months it happens April and May, and the second it happens between October and November. We'll be talking about the release management. You need to understand first how the databases are structured, how the servers are structured, and how the release happens. That we have a separate session on the release management.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions from others? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, we'll stop it here and we'll continue, or we are going to start the new sessions from tomorrow, 6 p.m. You can connect with your representative and we can hope to see you also in the regular sessions. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.